Melissa here. I am back with our final juicing video. It has taken me forever to get to this video because I feel like I had to learn so much information to juice that I didn't know how to process it and give it back to you in a way that was digestible. But I want to give you this information, so here it is.
Go, yeah, Mom.
Yeah, Mom.
Juice.
First of all, why would you juice? I think about if I were to make a dinner and I were to grab like a bunch of kale, like literally like a ton of kale and spinach and a whole cucumber and a whole thing of celery and then like 2 apples and I don't know, a bell pepper, I would not be able to eat all of that. Like there's no way, even just physically, I would like be unfull enough to consume that, as well as like I would get tired of it and not eat that. But if I'm juicing, it's easy to just chug that down and I get all the nutrients. And so that is why people love juicing, because it's a really great, simple, and fast way to get all your nutrients in. Especially people who don't like vegetables very much, you can acquire a taste for a juice, or you can really dress the juice up with lemon, ginger, spices, or sweet things like apples or whatever. So people like juicing because it's easy. I like juicing because it's easy. There's 2 major different types of juices, whether you're doing like a 3 or like a 30 day, anywhere in between, fast or detox, where you're trying to reboot or reset your system, or the second one, which a lot of people do after reboots or just in general, where people like to juice, in the mornings or like work it into their life because maybe they don't eat their vegetables or whatever, and they're trying to get extra veggies in just on a daily on top of their regular diets. I have definitely become more of the second group, and I love it. It's great. It's really hard for me to get all my greens in, and I personally really like it because when my produce is starting to go bad, I can just throw it in a smoothie or I can throw it in a juice, and it's great. Where if I'm like waiting around to cook a whole meal with that sweet potato, like it's not gonna happen. So for me, 10-10. But whether you're doing a whole long fast or you're just working it into your daily life, there's a few tips I have for you guys. So I wanna go through those. First and foremost is buy a good juicer. You can buy it used on apps like Mercari or Facebook Marketplace or wherever. Mine, I bought used and it's been great. You might have to replace the filter, but I 10-10 recommend buying a good and potentially used juicer because it's gonna make cleanup so much easier and you're gonna get more nutrients out of the juice. Also, if you're going to the store and you're buying jars, which you have to put them in airtight containers if you're not drinking them right away, if you're gonna save them for the next day or even later that night, in an airtight container, which mason jars are like the easiest thing that everyone thinks of, but buy the wide mouth jar. If you're buying them, buy the wide mouth jar. It's so much easier to clean. Next thing that was a lifesaver for me, especially if you're doing a longer one, but just in general, tip from me to you is sign up for a grocery delivery program. I signed up for Shipt because that's what's in my area. And it was, I think, $95 for a whole year. And they bring the groceries to my door. They just drop them off and within 2 hours. And it's so convenient and so great. I know some moms, it's their only time where they get to like go and be alone at the grocery store, which is really sad. You should have more self-care than that. Take more time for yourself. But anyways, regressing. A lot of people, side note, have asked how much we spent on this. What does it cost you? And that's really hard to say. It's different per the season. It's different per juices that you're doing. Organic, not organic, there's a lot of variables. But I would just say on average for my husband and I, not including food for my toddler or anyone else, it was about, for 2 people, $90 a week. Give or take, and that's buying a lot of organic food. But if you're looking to save on organic, let me introduce you to the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. Some fruits and vegetables that are mostly made of water and are more likely to absorb pesticides are your Dirty Dozen. So look those up and make sure you're buying those organic. But if you're trying to save money, then go your Clean 15, like I know avocado was on that list. Buy those non-organic because they're considered more clean. Or your citruses, because you're going to have to peel those anyway. Bringing me to my next tip, peel your citrus. In the beginning, I wanted to be the person who was like gonna eat the ends of the carrots and the tip of the everything, the whole stem of the broccoli, which I am that way for sure. Even in my regular life, I like to eat the core of the apple. Like, I think there's more nutrients in the skin of things, potato skins. I actually like kiwi skin. I think as a child, I was taught that you eat the skin of kiwi. And I don't know, I eat that. But anyways, in going into juicing, I was like, I'm not gonna cut all the edges of this off. Like, this is where a lot of the nutrients is, which is why it's important to clean really well, especially things like beets and things with like roots. You wanna make sure you're cleaning well, but I wanted to eat it and get that nutrients. But citrus has so much acid in the peel that it made the juices really difficult to stomach, and they actually made my tongue numb. Like, it hurt my tongue and my husband's tongue. And in the end, it's better to have a juice that you're gonna be able to drink instead of like the most healthy, organic, and wonderful juice that you're only gonna take 2 sips of because you can't stomach it. So it's better to have a juice that you're gonna actually drink. The goal for juicing, people say the goal is whatever you want. It's your food. You can eat hot Cheetos all day if you want, but if you're gonna try to be a healthy juicer, people say you want like an 80-20 ratio of 80% vegetables and 20% fruit. So you're gonna be putting in all this like green kale and celery and cucumbers and maybe like a few apples or pears to sweeten it up. But if you're just starting juicing, tip for you is add more fruit in there, especially if you're not like a person who eats a lot of vegetables to begin with and you don't have a flavor for it. Sweeten them up a little bit and over time work down to that 80-20 mark. So know that you can adjust any of the recipes. If you don't, I don't like celery. I'm actually allergic to celery. Fun fact, I learned like last year that I'm allergic to celery when I was at a dinner table with people, and I was like, isn't it weird how celery makes your tongue tingle when you eat it? And everyone was like, no, that doesn't happen. Like, that's the first stage of anaphylactic shock. So I've stopped eating celery since then. So I changed out cucumbers for anytime I saw celery in a recipe. So don't be afraid to swap out for things you don't like or things that you're allergic to. Again, it's better to have a juice that you're gonna actually drink than a juice that you can't stomach and it's just gonna sit in your refrigerator or on your coffee table. Oh, with that also, don't be afraid to add lemon, ginger, cayenne pepper, cinnamon, things like that really can spice up your juice. Even if you take a drink and you're like, don't like this, need to add some more. It's great, go for it. I could go on and on about this forever. So if you have specific questions, I would love to answer them. Hit them in the comments and I could tell you, but I know the 2 big questions were how much did it cost and how much weight did you lose? In over 15 days, my husband and I both lost over 15 pounds and we did not gain it back right away. I know I have 2 other friends that I did this with. Oh, also a tip, do it with other people. Do it in community. It's great to be in misery and text people together. They hold you accountable, be like, don't eat that one, do this one, change this, or whatever. It's great. If you can find people to do it with you, I definitely recommend that. But they both continued on a Whole30 and vegan and different diets, and they have continued to lose weight. At a healthy, slower rate, but definitely it's been really wonderful for them. My husband and I have not been able to keep to the diet the way we would like as far as, organic and all the different things. I still love sugar, but I do eat less candy. I do eat less of those things. And we want to get back to focusing on that. As the year progresses, we've just had some crazy things happen, videos coming soon, that have prevented us from that. But overall, we did not gain the weight back instantly. It's been months later and we've seen good, steady progress and change as long as our diets stay that way. So if you have more questions, let me know. I would love to answer them. I'm really pro juicing, but I don't want to make this video 90,000 minutes long. So give me your specifics and I'll hit you back with specific questions. My favorite recipe was 2 sweet potatoes, a handful of blueberries, and 2 pears. I think that is like so good. It was really sweet. It's my favorite one. And then I will put some more recipes in the description below just for you guys to try out. Maybe a good green one, a red one, which can help you cleanse the colon, if you know what I mean. And like I said, that's my favorite sweet one. But thank you guys for watching. let me know if you want to juice. Text me, DM me. I will love to go on a juice journey with you guys. So thanks for following along. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos about who knows what.